Here we are. Here we are. Yeah, hello, hello. Kana? Hello, hello. For whatever reason, I am still not able to hear you, actually. Not sure whether it's just sound not coming through Discord or whether it's, yeah.
Can you hear me through this?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you through that.
Huh.
Wait, why does this work?
I can try restarting Discord.
This is fine. At least it's close enough to real time, at least. Okay, this is probably the first time I'm using a browser source to talk to someone, but it'll do, it'll do.
Yeah, I don't know why Discord's not picking up my voice for some reason.
Huh.
Discord suddenly hates me. Yeah, I'm looking at it, it's not flashing up. I thought I DC'd for a second.
Nah, it's fine, it's fine. Just means I need to tune the audio on the browser source instead, so give me a sec. Alright, where's the advanced options?
Soup.
Yes, soup. Christ. I still wonder how the hell that actually ended up getting...
I don't know. We're literally just talking like 2 minutes ago.
Oh, Christ.
And now it's just like, no. No soup for you.
Alright then. Let's start proper then, shall we? Feel free to introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Kana. I'm a fucking idiot. There we go.
Okay, that was the fastest introduction I've had, actually. Actually, it might be tied. It might be tied because the fastest I've had is they're like, "Hello, I'm such and such. I'm a human being," and that was it. All right, so for this one, I am actually going to need a follow up. So, what exactly is it that you do, Kana?
I stream video games and act like an idiot and get tortured by chat. That's it. That's all I do. I wake up, I do that, I go to sleep, I wake up, I do it again.
Close enough, close enough.
Yeah.
Alright then. In which case, I'll shift over to the next usual questions and whatnot. So, what exactly inspired your design? What you're currently using for a model?
I kind of really liked Onis and stuff back in high school. Was even had some stuff to deal with like video game clans called Oni and all this other shit. And I had come up with the design, like something similar, well over a couple of years ago. And then when I got into viewer series, I just kind of just went, all right, what can I do? What can I make? Let me go for it. All right, too many cat girls. Let's be an Oni.
Fair enough, fair enough. And it's worked out in your case, anyhow. After all, I think I've only seen a couple of other Onis on the EN side of things. They're decently popular on the JP side, but yeah. Or EN 50/50.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I was going through and pixeling out your design for the loading screen, I was like, great, I have to do another character with something with a crop top, basically. I was like, how the hell does one do this in pixel art? Right. Guess I'll just replace a couple here and there. And just pray that this works out. But,
Yeah, it seems to have worked out well.
Yeah, like, it wasn't the most difficult design I've had to handle before, because holy hell, let's see, I think Atera's might have been one of the more difficult ones.
Oh, yeah, Atera has a very detailed design.
Atera's design is by the same artist as mine, and oh god, that artist goes all out, pretty much.
Yeah, I kept mine pretty simple. I didn't want to overdo things.
Fair enough. Let's see, I do have to ask, is there any particular reason you went for the 3D instead of 2D?
Literally, because VRoid Studio is free, and I am not the best at 2D art. I'm okay with some texture work, but actual, like, illustration, especially, like, human-esque characters, anything humanoid, I'm garbage with.
Fair enough. So you've designed this and created it yourself then, in which case, in VRoid?
Yes. Yeah.
Damn. Alright. Because, yeah, there's always that debate over whether VRoid is usable or not, or whether 3D models over 2D, etc. But you seem to have made it work quite well, because, yeah.
Yeah, VRoid's not bad. There's limitations to it, but it's still pretty solid.
Because, yeah, when I look through the VTuber tag from time to time and see the sheer amount of VRoid stuff, sometimes it's a bit, man, why? But other times then you get you. Or my next week's interviewee, but yeah. People that
what I made in the first night looks pretty scuffed.
That's up? Alright.
Yeah. It took a few versions to get it to this point.
Alright then. Okay, so I'll have to ask here, so what drew you to VTubing specifically? So why go into VTubing? Why not any other kind of content creation? Classic streaming, just regular YouTube? Why VTubing?
Actually did, like, just zero face cam stuff years ago.
Oh yeah?
I never really went anywhere with it. VTubing, I got kind of pulled in, like, whenever Gura first popped up and took over YouTube. I'm like, alright, I'll finally check this out. And then all of a sudden, Nanners, who I'd already been following for a long-ass time, as a VTuber, I was like, okay, yeah, this is awesome. Because I like anime. I like video games. And I'm also not a fan of face cam streaming.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah, I personally don't like looking at myself. Or really just other people, for the most part.
Hey, so you decided to be anime instead. Gotcha.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so from here I've got to ask, what exactly is the work-life balance of a streamer like for you, for example? Because you seem to do this almost full-time, like, goddamn, you stream, like, I wake up, your stream's already on. By the time I'm about to go to sleep, sometimes your stream is still going.
Yeah, I basically live on stream at this point. It is my full-time job.
Alright.
Like, I still get some income from my old work here and there, but not much anymore. It's finally starting to disappear completely. And yeah, I need to start taking more time to like clean my house and stuff. But, you know, I don't. This is one of my days off during the week, and I'm here with you, is doing another collab, and I'm going to work on YouTube stuff later and some partnership applications.
Fair enough. Also, yeah, suddenly we've got doubled audio.
Wait, is Discord working? Wait, where's the double audio coming from? Discord's not triggering.
I have no idea, because Discord's not triggering, but yeah, it's...
1 second.
Hey. Alright, let's see. Can you hear me? Because if you're currently speaking, I cannot hear you now. Alright, where did I leave this particular label? Oh, here it is. 1 second. Alright, let's see. Ardos of the Kum, thanks for the follow. And what's been going on? Start of the interview, bit of technical difficulties here and there. And yes, soup.
It should be working now.
Should be working now? Alright.
Yeah.
Seems like it. Seems. Oh, yeah, it's working over Discord now.
Yeah, I'm stupid. The software that runs my microphone was not on.
Okay, fair enough. Alright, so with streaming being your full-time job, how many hours do you work per day then, in which case?
Here, I'll tell you. What is it? It's been roughly a week into October, right? Okay, October. I don't think I've streamed as much as I usually do. 7 days. So far for the first week of October, 38 hours, 53 minutes.
Oh, not bad. And how much off-stream stuff do you need to handle then?
A bunch. And I honestly couldn't tell you how much time that is. The total for last month, or wait, no, sorry. That's still included a little bit there. Updates. Total on stream time last month was 190 hours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, functionally a damn full-time job.
Yeah. Then a few nights of few hours of working on alternative outfit and stuff.
Fair enough, fair enough. Alright.
Yeah, there isn't much of a work-life balance. This basically is my life at this point.
Alright then, in which case I do have to ask, since you are mostly streaming games and whatnot, how does your preference of games to stream come about then?
I typically lean towards shooters and anything like horror themed. Preference is just like, is this game keeping me engaged personally? Can I make jokes about this because it's going to be entertaining for everyone else? Am I overly absorbed in it or too focused? Probably can't play that. It's just stuff that I'm able to keep up with chat and still be engaging and fun and have a good time.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. So I then have to ask here, why is it mostly Hunt then?
That's just addiction. Speaking of, I've been kind of burnt out on Hunt, I won't lie. I'm just kind of frustrated with a bunch of just in-game issues and stuff, so I've kind of pulled a little bit away from it.
Alright, fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah, it's just a really intense shooter, and I enjoy that. Like, a lot.
Fair, fair. It is a very unique experience. Like, when I got into it, I was like, okay, this is Tarkov, except without the pain of Tarkov. Got it.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, it is very easy to just keep dropping in, and just constantly go at it in comparison to, in comparison to the
matches last
sheer...
for so long.
Yeah. Then there's this sheer number, or sheer amount of downtime in Tarkov in comparison. Whereas Hunt, you're right back into the action. But yeah.
Yep.
I see the chat knows. Trading. Yep.
Yep. The thing that has made me salty with Hunt.
Ah, man. Like, for me, trading has been there from the very start of me playing, because it's all on the Asia server. And how does one put it? Asia server is a special place. A lot of camping, a lot of heavy aggression. Normally if you walk into a building, you're getting shotgun within the first second of it. And even if you did shotgun the other person first, you're trading.
Sounds like a good time, honestly.
Everyone's on the same miserable playing field, rather than being, well, scattered to hell.
Yeah. Nah, understand that. But yeah, it was just something they changed with the system in the last couple of months that has made trading more relevant. So it wasn't always like that.
Ah, okay, so netcode changes, I suppose, in which case. Let's say then, if I'm to lead on from this particular question, is there any particular games that you do like quite a lot but aren't really that keen on streaming?
Actually, I don't know at this point. Maybe Destiny. I used to play a ton of Destiny. I'm not sure how well that would actually stream though. I was thinking about trying it out, but at the same time, I'm like, if I play Destiny, it's gonna be like only Destiny. It's such a hard game to keep up with.
Yeah. Thankfully, I'll say the latest season of Destiny is pretty easy to catch up on. Mainly only because it's the double-length season, so it lasts all the way till February, actually.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
That's not bad.
Once you get to the end game of it, you're pretty much there for the next almost 4 or 5 months at this point. Yeah, along those lines.
Damn. You know what game recently I enjoyed? Aliens Fireteam Elite.
Oh, damn.
It was just one of those things that was just like, there's not much to talk about or really say while I'm playing this. First 2 hours of streaming, I'm like, I'm out of jokes. I can't think of anything else to say. It's just an endless storm coming at me. It's a nice game to just vibe out to and just mindlessly kill things.
Fair enough. Let's see, I'll jump to this particular question then. So regarding, say, soup and chat jokes that you seem to manage to keep up, it builds a really strong community feeling, I suppose, when it comes to your streams, because then there's just everyone popping off on random redeems. If not, I see a lot of soup spam, essentially. But how important do you find that is to your streaming?
I think it's fairly important. Just having everyone involved in that stuff, and it's just stuff they have fun with. The soup thing was that started like 2 weeks ago. I have no idea. My track time is completely lost. I'm not even the one who started that. It's a friend of mine, and she was streaming, and she got caught on the word soup. She really liked it, and she just started saying nothing but soup. She wasn't adding any other words. It was just soup. And then she came onto my stream and kept saying soup. She said soup for 13 hours straight.
Yeah, I was there for about 8 hours of it, and I'm surprised it managed to last that long. And,
I know.
And now, yeah, a good chunk of your
now
chat remembers it. Yeah.
One of our other friends in their stream, they have a soup redeem now where they only say soup for a minute straight.
Oh god, I have a gut feeling
like
that's
sickness.
Yeah, it's likely going to stick around for a while, I'll say.
Yeah.
And hey, soup's a good word. Soup's a very flexible word.
It is.
Yes, I did just accept the soup spam in chat because I was there.
Yeah.
God. Yes, part of the soup. Part of the soup. Christ. How does one actually manage to do that for 13 hours?
I don't know. It's insane. I'm very impressed.
So from here, I'll just more or less ask about some of your redeems, because most VTubers I run into, usually it's like hydrate, stretch, maybe pull off a funny voice or two. The 2 voice redeems you've got are more or less stacked at the very end, tail end of things, Aussie and yeah. In comparison.
Aussie isn't a voice redeem.
Oh, it isn't? Oh god. What is Aussie?
It flips the game screen and everything upside down. It's nauseating. So many people hate it, so I keep jacking up the price of it.
Oh god. Okay, so Aussie...
Yeah, it's 10 minutes of upside down gameplay.
Alright, so Aussie is functionally... Let's see. How do I flip an entire scene upside down?
You just go in OBS, right click,
yep.
hit flip vertically.
Flip vertically. Wait, where the heck would that be?
Are you using Streamlabs or regular OBS?
Regular OBS.
So you would go click on the scene and then right click the source and the scene that you want to flip. So say your background. You just click on the background and there should be a transform, I think.
Yeah, that would mean I'd functionally have to transform the entire lot. All at
once.
once.
Yeah, it starts flipping all the different sources and everything.
Let's see, because yeah, if I did do it, I think it would just... Yeah, I think it would kill my entire setup at the very least, if I were to try and do that here. Yeah.
Yeah, doing the flip vertical is how I turn myself upside down.
Fair enough. Let's see, so if I were to rotate this exactly 180 degrees... Oh god. Okay, thank god it refuses to trigger, or else things might have just gone to hell for a moment. Anyway. But yeah, I will say...
Awesome.
I will say there's a different way I can make this Australia, but... 1 second here. Alright. Wait a second. I have one background here, then I have... the other background. If I just move this up, and we are in... Hey, wait, where the hell did that go? Oh, it refused to move. Hey. Alright, yeah, that is an advantage of 3D models. You actually do have a back view.
Like, wonder if you notice if I just spin around real quick. Also just...
Hey. that was fast.
Oh yeah, you can...
Christ. Alright. Oh. Alright, that's interesting. OBS refusing to take a fair few of my changes all of a sudden. Huh.
Are the scenes locked? Are the sources locked?
The scenes aren't particularly locked or anything, so... Alright. There we go. There. Here's the different way of coming to Australia.
Hey. There we go. Finally, I can get a pet Huntsman.
Oh god. Huntsmans, they're big, they're horrifying, they won't actually kill you though, so I guess, yeah I guess.
So I'm just like, they're big and terrifying looking, but I know they're not really dangerous to people, so...
My god. Okay, my personal experience with Huntsman are... I've opened a car door once and I've had one staring right back at me. It was just chilling inside the machinery. Like, just between the car, or the car's frame, and the door itself. There was just a Huntsman chilling there. I'm just like, you can have the car. Just take it. Just take the car, it's yours now. As for the other incident, there's just waking up and, yeah, looking upwards, seeing a Huntsman on a window, and the Huntsman dropping to the ground.
Oh.
And never seeing the Huntsman ever again.
Oh, lovely. Sorry if I just randomly disappear at times. You know how my connection is.
Hey. But for some reason, yeah, the last few interviews I've had, connection's been interesting.
Yeah, mine's... We literally have a command for it in my chat.
Your connection just randomly scuffs, huh?
Yep. Speech just randomly drop.
Fair enough. Alright then. Let's see, for this next one, I'm also asking about, let's see, your own content and slight contrast to other content, I suppose. So this one is pretty simple. What is your favorite kind of stream to tune in on, and what's your favorite kind of stream to do yourself?
Good question. Trying to think what I really enjoy. For me, it's just like watching gameplay, especially like more competitive stuff. And I enjoy doing that myself, but also making it dumb challenge run meme stuff. And I also like those too. There's quite a few YouTubers I watch who do stupid like meme challenge runs, like, can I get through Doom without walking?
Because yeah, I've noticed those kinds of challenge runs have popped off in recent. Like, there's a couple of guys which handle stuff for StarCraft even, or just... I think the most popular ones tend to be the Pokemon ones. Usually, can I get through this Pokemon game with only 1 or 2, or whatever, pretty much. Nuzlocke has definitely been around, yeah.
Yeah, you got me, can I go into hunt with just a knife, and how many people can I kill?
I think one of the really fun and interactive streams that you did was the someone picks out your loadout ones, or the really cheap loadout redeem one.
Yeah. I try to do those for every now and again. It's also my kind of way of baiting in new followers. Like, look, only 100 points. Follow me, you get 300. Redeem a loadout.
I see. Alright. Let's see, on that front though, I'll throw in this curveball. Are you one that is particular for stream metrics? Do you care a lot about the numbers, followers, etc.?
I try not to look at numbers while I'm streaming, but I am kind of into like, ooh, what are numbers? What is this? How's this going? What is this doing? I get all like constantly nerdy about it, like, what makes this number change this way, that way? How can I improve this? So yeah, and then I like to see how it compares to other streamers and stuff. So I dig around and I don't know, it's purely out of curiosity.
Fair enough. I will say though, you've got a very loyal viewer base that manages to show up to quite a lot of your streams, actually.
Yeah.
Because yeah, considering size considerations, most people normally think you retain... Let's say, on average, if you retain at least 1% of your follower rate, then you're an average streamer. If you go above and beyond that, that's when you can tell you're someone which is very much dedicated to the craft, at least.
Yeah, I try to be.
Because, damn, you've got a lot of people sticking around, is what I'll say.
Yeah. It makes me happy, and I always like get worried when I don't see certain people for a little while that are usually there. Just like, I wonder if they're okay.
Fair enough, because even for myself, after tuning in on maybe 1 or 2 of your streams thanks to Atera, yeah, just kept watching and sticking there. I was like, oh, damn, this person's actually got some kind of pull, and I'm bloody here most of the time. God damn it.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, honestly. I couldn't tell you. And some of them are just addicted to certain redeems.
Yeah. Some of those redeems are very interesting. How exactly did those come about?
Most of them just kind of happened bit by bit. The mommy me one, I just went like, everyone's calling me mommy, so I might as well just, whatever, I'll just lean into it.
Oh god.
A little bit. And yeah, there's certain people that's all they spend their points on.
Alright then.
Being asked what was Pagu.
Pagu.
I don't remember where I heard Pagu from, but at some point, like, my girlfriend really liked it when I said it. And I almost got conditioned by her whenever I hear Pog or Poggers to say it myself. And I would accidentally say it on stream. And then one of my friends, who's a regular viewer, used to always use the copy pasta, make me say a thing, whatever you want to call it, to say Pagu. And I was like, I feel bad him paying 1,000 points just for one word. So literally in the description, it says his name. This is for him.
Oh, wow. Alright then, in which case, how about the middle finger one? How'd that one come about?
Oh, I got my leap motion and I was like, okay, as soon as I get this working properly, I want to flick people off. When I worked as a cam girl, there's this one guy who used to come in to my shows on a regular basis, and he would ask me to flick him off. And it was always the funniest thing to me. It's like, yeah, here you go, homie. Fuck you.
Okay, I see. Because even myself, I am tempted to redeem that one from time to time. I'm just like, let's see. I'll either redeem the Baka one, or I'll just, you know what? Let's get a bird this time. Why not?
Fun.
God. So, what kind of stuff is actually possible with leap motion?
It depends on where you have it mounted. Mine is mounted on my neck on a collar. So the movement is pretty decent. I think mine might be a little off. It seems like one of the IR sensors isn't as bright as the other one, so it kind of loses tracking partially here and there. If you have it set up right, you can like dab and stuff and just do all sorts of other arm movements.
Oh, Christ.
So it's hard to put your hands together. You have to kind of like overlap them a little bit. It's kind of weird. You can't actually make your fingers touch unless you bring them past each other. So it's a little finicky.
Fair enough. Alright. So, let's see, how do I lead into this particular question? So, what are your particular thoughts on the indie VTuber scene? Any particular interactions, grievances, stuff you've run into?
I don't think there's real grievances. I'd say at times I felt a little bit annoyed with V-tweeters. Because they always seem to just have this air about them that they're the hottest shit ever. And then you watch their streams and it's like, wow, you only have 10 viewers. That 10,000 person following on Twitter sure is helping, huh? So, I don't know.
Yes, yeah,
I don't really have any issues with much of the indie scene or anything. There's a lot of my friends are all indie VTubers. There's very few that are like part of organizations that I know, really.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know. I think some of them may lean a little bit too into idol culture and get a little cringy on that at times. But I'd say that's just VTubers in general.
Yeah, a lot of the spillover into idol culture more or less drops off from Hololive, Niji-Sanji, pretty much.
Yeah. You just see a lot of indie VTubers really try to copy that. Because I think that's what's going to make them successful, and it's just like, probably not. I'm sorry, probably not.
That space is already occupied. There is...
It really is.
Like, first you'd have to compete with the other VTubers which are already established in that kind of field, and then after that you also have to compete with idol culture itself as well.
Yep.
And both are already quite insane, because yeah, if you ever take one step into the grave that is indie idols, then oh god, there's a ridiculous amount of them out there. Many of them very underground, have their own fan base, whatever. But odds are you're not likely to strike out just because you're a VTuber, at least not these days.
Yeah. Yeah.
The time to ride the kind of wave of you're a VTuber, so you're going to be popular, died maybe about a couple of months ago, maybe a year ago at this point. Most people kind of missed that window at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Alright, let's see. Shifting on from there. So, let's talk about audience appeal. So, rather, since you're not necessarily appealing to, say, that more idol-y bunch or whatnot, what kind of fellas do you think you are dragging into your streams then?
Degenerates, shit posters.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like that's majority. Subs, that too. Yeah. Yeah, I always get viewed as very dommy, so yeah. I don't know where that came about, and it didn't start with VTubing. It's been like that for a long time. So, and just dragging in people who also just like shooters and stuff. Like, there's a lot of people that I'm their first VTuber.
Ah, okay.
Crackheads, yeah.
I see
Like
the
how
audience
Foro's saying
has...
Sims.
Yeah. I see the audience themselves have their own opinions of themselves as well, but hey.
Pretty much, yeah. A lot of artists too. I've met a lot of artists who seem to like me.
Really?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, when it comes to simple designs, they're much nicer to draw, easier to interpret. If I send my own design to someone, normally it's a case of, oh god, what the hell did you just send me? I'm just like, good luck. Good luck, buddy. Good luck.
Yeah. Well, I've had some people tell me like, oh yeah, your design's really simple, it's easy to draw. But here's a fun joke. My face tattoo almost always gets done wrong. Or forgotten.
The tattoos were one of the parts that I couldn't quite replicate with that many pixels for the pixel art.
Yeah,
So I was
you're not able to fully do that.
yeah, too small a detail.
Especially with how small the image itself is.
Because the size of canvas I more or less do is for Game Boy Advance, basically. Yeah. So very small stuff,
then. Yeah.
Just damn. Artists coming in. Interesting, because yeah, fan art tends to be one of those things which is often overlooked. Just in the sense of a lot of indie VTubers will just go ahead and commission some art for themselves instead. If not, they'll go off and use Scab as a service and grab art from the Japanese side of things. But yeah, genuine fan art, stuff that just comes from random artists, tunes in on your stream, likes your stream, then draws you. I don't know, that stuff hits really different in comparison.
It really does. I've gotten quite a bit of it, and I sometimes feel like I should go and post it to Twitter. And I'm just like, but how do I credit this person? I just have their Discord name. So it's been awesome. I actually haven't touched Scab. I haven't like ordered anything from it.
Fair enough.
Which I guess would be surprising because most VTubers are all over Scab.
Ah, yeah.
Some of them have like Scab addictions.
Yeah, that was my last week's interviewee, actually. Someone with a full-on Scab addiction almost, because they were among the top, I think, 60 pioneers on the site, so pretty much meant if they saw a new artist, they were very likely to commission them on Scab.
Wow.
Yeah.
One of my friends, he's a partnered CSGO streamer. He's not a VTuber, but he has his own little mascot character that he created that's a cat girl.
Oh.
He gets so many commissions of her. So many Scabs and all this other stuff.
CSGO partnership.
Yeah.
Alright, in which case I do have to ask in this front then, since you are on the up and up more or less, what are your thoughts on, say, sponsored content? So if you were paid to play a game, would you take the deal?
Oh, 100%. I've actually already done one before.
Oh yeah?
I think that was before I met a Terra, so you probably didn't see that. And also lost the VOD for that, unfortunately, because the download messed up and I didn't realize it.
Yeah.
That was around the time of hot tub streams.
Oh, shy.
Right before that died out. So what I did this as a joke. I was like, for 1,000 followers, I'm gonna take the raid sponsorship that was offered to me and do a hot tub stream as my raid stream.
Oh my god, I see.
So my hot tub was also a cum jar. So I was really just memeing as hard as I could on this raid sponsor.
Oh wow.
And I still made the maximum payout for the sponsorship.
Oh shit.
Yeah, which was awesome. Which funded my iPhone for the advanced facial tracking, everything, which I finally just got done like right around the beginning of September. Because it takes well over a month or two for you even get the money from the sponsor deal.
Let's see. In which case,
I would definitely take another one.
Would you be aiming for any kind of partnership with any particular game then?
Initially I was thinking about taking a partnership with Crytek, but I doubt they'd give me one now with how much of I shit talk their game recently. Because I've sold a lot of copies to people. I am going to look in, because friend I was just talking about, he just got a GamerSupps partnership, and I was already thinking about looking into him because I'm basically drinking GamerSupps all the time.
Oh Christ, wait, what exactly is it?
It's basically a powder mix that flavors water or whatever you want to throw it in, and it's full of caffeine and some other stuff.
I see.
Yeah, it's basically just really delicious caffeine powder. It works pretty well. It's what's been getting me through recently of not sleeping enough. Maybe, I only sleep like 5 hours at a time.
Oh, 5 hours. 5 hours ain't too bad.
It just starts wearing on you after a while.
I've seen a couple of fellas just surviving off of 4, and it's like, how do you do this? Because there's one other streamer that I know which pretty much they work 16 hours a day on their stuff, and I'm just like, mate, how the hell are you handling this?
Yeah, a lot of people ask me that too.
Because, man, like, really, you're off in complete other side of the world, and somehow you're still up in most of my waking hours, which is really weird in a lot of cases. I'm just like, shouldn't this one be asleep by now? Wait, she's still streaming. Okay. How long can one sit down and keep going?
I don't know, I play a lot of video games.
Fair enough. In which case, let's see, this one's, surprisingly enough, this one's a question I haven't brought up too often recently. Because normally you don't think this for VTubers. Normally you consider this more so for regular streamers or more full-time streamers, and it's the case of, what are your thoughts of, say, eating on stream, or not particularly caring too much for manners or whatnot? Do you think there's like some stream etiquette that should be followed?
Honestly, if you've watched me for an extended time, you'll hear me eating at some point. I just eat on stream. I just do it. There's people in chat who just kind of lose it a little bit, and they're like, ASMR eating noises, and they get all excited. I'm just like, you're weird. Just let me eat my food. Or I'll just play into it, and I'm like, yeah, you like that?
Oh, Christ. Oh no, food ASMR. Yep, I see.
I literally just ate a nacho right now.
I see. Hey, what works, I suppose. Because for whatever reason, I've seen a lot of people get really pissed at people just eating on stream.
It's fucking hilarious for me. Like, it's just, I'm gonna eat something. People yell at me, they're like, eat something. I'm like, I already ate. I ate while we were doing this. They just didn't notice.
Fair enough. Alright, in which case, I'll shift to this one. Any particular goals for the future? There are 3 very common answers when it comes to VTubers. Let's see if you can side-skirt all 3 of them.
Make partnership. Become a full-time content creator. What would be the third one? What would be a third one that someone would say? I don't know, I can't think of the third one. I can think of those two, at least for this.
Fair enough, fair enough.
For me personally, it would just be growing my community more, moving forward, and just trying to keep this going for as long as I can.
Alright, fair enough.
This has been kind of a dream job. Maybe, you know what would be a nice goal? Just getting a little bit more sleep.
Okay, that's actually the first time I've heard that particular answer then. Because, yeah, the 3 common answers, you got one of them, and that was make partnership. Of the others were, let's see, do a 2.0 or re-debut.
Oh.
And the last one was do ASMR content.
Really?
Yeah.
ASMR content?
Yeah, there have been a lot of VTubers which have come on and said, oh, I want to do ASMR.
Huh. I've had a goal sitting on my thing since around the time I started to do cursed ASMR.
Oh god.
I haven't gotten around to it. It's been sitting there for like 5 months. I haven't gotten around to it.
Alright.
Yeah, that's such a weird one. I wouldn't have guessed that one. The partnership thing is what everyone says. I didn't think I would get partnership this quick. It was a joke when I had like 40 average. People were just like, Kana partner when? And I was just like, nah, probably not for a long time.
And here a couple of months later.
Yeah, here I am.
Not bad at all.
Yeah. And these clowns hype trained me so much, and it became my full time after the first month.
Damn.
Yeah, I was already basically a full-time content creator, just on the adult industry side before that.
Fair enough. Wait, hype train buddy. Because yeah, every time I tune in on your streams, there is a hype train going on at some point while I'm watching. Just suddenly.
They've been calm this last week, but I can imagine September drained a lot of people, and also some of them threw a bunch of money towards charity for some of my team members who are running some charity streams.
Oh damn. Let's see. So where did the RGB at the end of a hype train come from?
I did it as a joke once. I was like, haha, you want to see me go gamer mode? And I started spinning it. I was just like, people seem to like it. And I was like, what if I just do this for level 5 hype trains? If they get level 5, I will do the whole spinny wheel of RGB colors.
That surprisingly looks a lot less scuffed. Huh.
Yeah, it's literally just a color wheel.
Let's see. Also, Fallon, thanks for the 100 bits. And let's see. Kana gets a motherfucking soup in this motherfucking interview, the fella says.
I just need one of those voice changers. Can be like one of those I saw a thing or I did a thing interviews.
Fair enough. The anonymous source, essentially.
Yeah, the anonymous source that's sitting in the dark chair, all shadowy, with his voice changed, talking about how he kidnapped some girl.
Oh, Christ. It's like, yes, we have had an anonymous party that has been involved in this case. They have agreed to come on in the... Let's see. If their identity is kept hidden. And Dimenshi, thanks for the bits.
Do that.
Christ.
Oh.
Nope.
Is it hype train time?
Nope, god nope.
Who wants a gift sub?
Jesus Christ.
Who wants one?
I will preface this by saying... I'll preface this by saying any donations to this channel just goes to my alcohol collection for the most part.
Hey, send it, boss.
God damn it.
Wait, Ka got one. Oh, there you go, Colin. And a direct $5
Whoa,
tip.
Jeez.
Here we go.
Petrus, thanks for the tip. Oh god.
Yeah, booze is a good thing to support. I actually need to get some more alcohol. I've been really looking forward to winter to get more caramel Crown Royal.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Yeah, because it mixes really well with Coke.
Let's see.
Caramel Crown Royal and Coke is delicious, and I could not get enough of it. There's barely any left sitting in my kitchen. Just been saving it.
Alright, in which case, this is an unusual question for me to skip to. But since I normally end off interviews on this particular one, but let's go with this one for now. Recommend a drink, any drink at all, because, yeah, may as well.
Probably the one I just said, honestly. If you can get your hands on Caramel Crown and mix that with Coke, it's literally one of the best drinks I've had. Go-to lately, that's basically just a half-assed tequila sunrise. It's just tequila and orange juice, which mixes really well together, surprisingly.
Tequila and orange juice, huh? Is it Is it any particular kind of orange juice, or?
Don't go with like cheap Sunny D stuff. Just get like actual orange juice. You need a particular brand, and I guess whichever tequila you prefer. Probably higher quality would be better. Something that's not quite as harsh. But the orange juice seems to take the bite off of it quite a bit.
That makes sense, because the usual times I do have tequila, it's in that classic kind of way. You get some salt, put it on your...
Yeah.
Get some salt, get a lime.
Then you bite the lime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I normally just pass on the salt. I just go for the lime. That's usually just enough anyway. Tequila is something that I'd actually done really poorly with for a very long time, up until maybe this year. Yeah, up until this year. I hung out with a bunch of VTubers in Sydney, and a bunch of them were just like, alright, let's get some tequila for the road, because the particular bar we wanted to head to was actually closing down. I was like, oh, okay. Alright, tequila for the road, we'll find the next bar.
Nice.
Took the shot of tequila with the guys. Yeah, pretty good stuff, surprisingly.
I've gone through almost 2 bottles of tequila this year so far.
I've gone through, let's see, at least 2 bottles of gin, bottle of bourbon, bottle of scotch. What else? Almost finished another bottle of bourbon, and yeah, now I'm most of the way through another bottle of gin, so that's how it is. Most of that most of that got drunk on stream, actually. Kind of think of it.
I used to drink vodka straight from the bottle at like room temperature.
Oh god.
A lot. Yeah, I was just hiding alcohol from my family in my bedroom.
I mean, mine is more or less hidden because my lot is extremely religious in that front. But yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
It's fine for the most part. But yeah, vodka at room temperature. God, I can't remember the last time I did that.
Yeah. People would always get disgusted when I'd say that. I'm just like, but I enjoy it.
Wait, just straight vodka, no chaser?
No chaser, just straight vodka.
Damn. All right.
Yeah. It only take a few shots for me to just get drunk.
Fair enough then. Alright, one fellow in chat. Hydrate, and stretch. Hey, Raina.
Right.
God, I hate my posture sometimes. Alright. Wait, you're super lightweight, in which case, wait, I recall tuning on one of your drunk streams recently. Were you just drunk for the entire 8 hours?
Yeah, and I was drunk until the next day, too.
Oh god.
Yeah.
What were you having on that stream?
Tequila and orange juice, and then I was sipping tequila straight from the bottle.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't feel drunk enough yet. I just kept going.
Christ. And during that whole time, you were just playing Hunt, so...
Yes, Christ. And for some reason actually doing really well. Sure why.
I don't know. Alcohol's a depressant. Makes you relax.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what prompted Heavenly Father to be like, yeah, let's get drunk and play video games together.
Oh, Christ. I do have to ask, how did you run into Heavenly?
Through my friend Mona. She met him. I guess he kind of wandered onto her channel.
Okay.
She's like, oh, he's just some streamer, some non-VTuber. He's a really nice guy. He's really cool. I've just been talking to him here and there. She had no idea who he was, basically. And when it clicked who that was to me, because I'm like thinking like, why does that name sound really familiar? And then I hear his voice and I'm just like, oh god, that heavenly. Okay. So yeah.
Because, yeah, when I tuned in on one of your streams, saw Heavenly, I was like, huh, that's a very familiar name. Why is that so familiar? A couple of days later on YouTube, oh, that's why that's familiar. Oh god.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know, streamer community, once you get past a certain point, it does feel like you end up networking with a lot more people. Do you find yourself chatting with just random people from time to time, just other content creators and whatnot?
Yeah. I had someone actually DM me on Twitter last night saying he wants to become a full-time streamer, but he's never streamed before. And he streams off a console. He doesn't like talking to himself. I'm just like, everything you're telling me is just saying no. Just don't.
Just red flags. Maybe avoid this industry.
Yeah.
Right,
maybe if I stream with you, and I'm just like, no. I barely have time for myself, let alone my friends.
Hey. Fair enough. Alright, in which case, let's throw up the question. This one's more of a curveball. Are there any particular qualities you find that are essential for a streamer then?
Just actually enjoying it. I feel like it's the biggest thing. Being able to just interact with a game and being able to say bullshit about it and talk and just go on and keep talking about stuff, whether you have a chat or not, is probably one of the biggest things.
Fair enough, in which case.
But yeah, like, and if you don't enjoy it, then that's gonna kind of come through. It's gonna end up hurting you.
Fair enough, so it's one of those crafts where you really do have to have a passion for it then, in which case.
Yeah, pretty much. Because it's a lot harder than people realize.
Yeah, and sticking it out, like for a lot of, let's say, a lot of streamers without particular experience, you're normally streaming to either single digits or on a good day, maybe you hit double digits.
Yeah.
And nonetheless, you've got to keep streaming. Because if you don't stream, that's zero exposure, basically. You're not showing anything to anyone. Unless you're making content, other content on the side, say YouTube videos or whatnot, and that's getting its own traction, then sure. But if you barely stream, if you barely show up at all in someone's life, then you're not really going to become a part of them, so to speak. Therefore, whatever follower count that is, it kind of becomes meaningless.
Yeah, I've seen plenty of streamers with thousands of followers, but almost no viewers.
Yeah, because one of the ones I find particular is when it comes to the VTubing scene, you get your whole big debut and whatnot, thousands of people may follow all of a sudden, but then in the coming weeks they just drop off.
Yeah.
Completely die off. And it's just, well, it's kind of sad. At the same time, there is a reason for it happening that way. Anyhow, like perhaps your content isn't quite as fired up as you made it out to be, or perhaps you are just,
it really is.
Or perhaps you really are just a boring cunt, and there just isn't anything to take away from it.
That happens a lot of times with the like people who start on Twitter and they just promote themselves for a year straight. They'll have like finally my first stream, and then after that first stream, you look at their numbers and it just drops down. And they'll keep maybe some kind of core, but the best it does is gives them a little bit more of a foundation to start off of.
Yeah.
And I think they get discouraged when they see those hundreds in their first stream, in their debut stream, and then suddenly they stop. They're down from triple to double digits. And they're like, wow, this is hard. I thought I would always be big. Because they're probably expecting, you know, like HoloLive results.
Nah, like hell.
Yeah.
Alright, because mainly I'd say streaming is just more about consistency rather than rather than trying to make that big break. Like, sure,
It really is.
sure, you may someday make that big break, but it is more a case of you just got to keep at it so that you have that chance of making the big break, rather. It's not
Yeah,
something
it
you
is.
can manufacture, it's something that eventually comes.
Yeah.
Anyhow, as one fellow in chat has requested, 1 card fortune for yourself. Let's see, I more or less consider these a party trick, so don't take them particularly seriously. It's just tarot cards. Anyhow, 1 card fortune, you have drawn the devil. Fun. Normally this just refers to, I don't know, a lot of people read it differently. Some people just read it as absolute and utter corruption, desires, whatever. I normally just read it as sacrifice for something greater. Maybe not necessarily something greater, just sacrifice for desire, so to speak. And you've redeemed it yourself as well.
Yes. Yeah. Do it.
Hey, hey. 1 card fortune.
Debut culture sucks. It does suck, honestly.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of debut culture at all. I didn't even bother with it.
This is my second on-stream model that I've made. So technically my 2.0 whatever, I made no big deal of it. I was like 500 followers, celebration, and updated model.
Oh yeah? Alright.
Yeah, that's all I did.
Okay, second card. Strength in the reverse position. Strength normally refers to usually physical or mental capacity to move onwards, etc. Push forwards, resistance, that kind of stuff. In the reverse, generally means the opposite. Weakness, vulnerability, perhaps going through rough times. That's normally what that card would refer to.
That's what I figured since it's reverse.
Yep. And as for Tyson's, he's pulled the Sun. Sun is normally completion of, let's see, completion of a journey to an extent. It is the bright light at the end of the tunnel. So Tyson's, you're probably going pretty decent these days. Anyhow.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, this kind of fortune telling, it's just a party trick. Don't take it too seriously. Because there have been some people in my life where I did it once to them, they took it way too seriously. Now they're a neuroscientist studying the way the brain works in relation to all kinds of occult matters. It is is one hell of a result for it to have happened. Anyhow.
That is, yeah, that is a...
Hey. And as for Furkan, High Priestess. Oh. This card just refers to purity. Well, Furkan, I suppose you are going straight-laced for the rest of your life. Good luck.
That is awesome.
I don't know. Like, when I do it as a party trick, it's normally like 70 or 80 random fortunes I tell throughout an entire night, and it is absolute madness, essentially.
That does sound like madness.
Like, I did it at an Easter party for 2 years in a row, and on that second year, there were repeat customers.
Huh.
Some of those repeat customers really wanted to slap me in the face after that. They were just like, oi, 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 your first prediction was way too off. Can I slap you? I'm just like, buddy, you can go ahead. Just let me read your fortune again, shall we?
Perfect.
And for some of the other guys, it was a case of, oh, it was way too accurate. Please, tell me the next thing that's going to happen in my life. Man. Like, when it comes to streamers, though, yeah. Anyone who wants to make it big has to stay in it for until they manage to make it big, more or less. And Orakan, thanks for the sub, good lord. Did you expect to need to stay in it longer? Did you expect to blow up quite as fast, so to speak?
I expected. I figured it would take a lot longer to reach the point I'm at. So that was a surprise. I literally just kind of came into it as a hobby, something I can do to express myself more creatively. Around the start, I was like, damn, I think I was almost having more fun making assets and making models.
Fair enough, fair enough. So, in the previous, say, adult industry and whatnot, were you anywhere popular, or?
Just about 18,000 followers on Twitter, 12,000 on Chatterbait. A couple of professional shoots. So it wasn't like super popular, but I was known.
Okay. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Well, at the very least, meant you had experience when it came to content creation, so to speak, coming into this medium. Because a lot of people...
So I knew editing and everything else.
Because a lot of the VTubers running into this scene barely have any idea what the hell's going on and are learning a lot of things for the first time.
And then they're, after a few months, going, guys, I'm graduating. I know I spent $3,000, but I'm graduating.
I may as well throw that question in then. What are your thoughts on graduations?
First off, who came up with graduation?
It's an idol culture thing.
Wouldn't you just say you're retiring? Yeah.
It's an idol culture thing, graduation.
Idol culture thing, of course. Honestly, I think most of the people who jump into this and make models should be trying with just a PNG or something, whatever they can make on their own first, and decide if they even like it. Or just, don't have anything and just try streaming for a little bit. Because I can imagine, it's not for everyone. And just spending a bunch of money and being like, I'm going to be popular and get all the attention, that's not how it works.
Nah, you need to develop a skill set, so to speak.
Yeah, so...
In which
maybe
case...
something about having done this before helped me, but I don't know.
Are there any particular skills you'd point out about yourself then?
Just, I guess, knowing how to behave during streams and actually engage with people and keeping up with chats, even though it gets hard now to keep up with my chat. Personally, that's also just because of the way OBS is set up and my chat box is kind of small.
Fair enough.
So, but yeah, then just, I know editing, even though if you look at my YouTube, there's barely anything there, and there's some bigger edits I was planning on doing, and I never did. I just never had the time to do it.
Fair enough.
I have so much to do and not enough time. I wish I could stop sleeping but not be tired.
I'll say that is what caffeine exists for, to an extent.
Yeah, true. And I also learned that taking extended periods, like hiatuses, actually tend to hurt. Or at least the first time I did one of those, it hurt my fan base. I had to basically start over from what was almost scratch.
Because, a friend of mine had to take a very, very extended hiatus, and there were only a couple of names from way back when, which stuck around.
Yeah.
Because it was almost something like a 6-month one, almost. Yeah, along those lines, because they started out with streaming, let's see, it was way back December last year. They streamed for a couple of months. They were reasonably popular, actually. They were growing really fast. And then they hit a wall with all kinds of real life stuff. Had to stop for 6 months. The reset, all the way back from scratch almost. Because you do need to be functionally part of someone's life, I suppose, as a streamer, I guess. It's that sense of...
you need to be there on a regular basis.
Yeah, it's a sense of something to come back to. Because at the very least, streaming is comfy, I guess, when someone tunes in on it.
True.
Like, content creator will be there. Maybe they don't necessarily know your name, maybe they do know your name, but they'll be there. In which case, let's pedal back a bit. Let's talk about debut culture for VTubers then, in which case.
Yeah.
Did you necessarily bother with a debut?
I technically was going to, because I was just trying to, figure out, what do VTubers do? What do I need to do? And I was just like, alright, I'm just gonna promote myself for a month on Twitter while I finish up my assets and stuff. And then have a day set to where I start. And my internet was falling apart, and I was just like, well, if I stream, I stream. If not, I'm not even gonna say debut. I'm just gonna get on and just do stuff. So there's never officially an actual like debut kind of thing.
Okay.
So yeah, a couple of my friends have had debuts, which I've helped them out with like raids and stuff and promoting them. And it was always you see the same thing over and over again, where they have that debut stream and it's hundreds of people, and then the next stream is like a fraction of that. So
yeah, I find, let's see, I find debut culture to just be really dumb and needlessly expensive, usually. Like, like these days, some of them are so ridiculously high budget that it's just like, why? Do you know what kind of investment you're getting yourself into?
Yeah. I also found it weird. It's just like VTuber culture seems to celebrate every little chance there's for a celebration or a subathon. It's just snatched at. It's like, we gotta do it. There's gotta be a celebration. Like, right. I never heard of anyone celebrating 6 months of streaming. Until I found VTubers. I'm just like, what the fuck is celebrating six months? Like, what? People wanted me to do something for it, and I was just like, how about, instead of me streaming, we're just gonna hang out on Discord and play video games together.
Yeah, that works. 6 months though. I know I did do a 6 month celebration, but that was more so because it almost took that long for me to get this model to begin with. Because that whole time I was waiting on designer, because yeah, as it turns out, Can and Hen are really popular, so Atera's designer's really popular. I think I was right in line after, yeah, I was right in line after Atera, actually, along those lines.
You also not have legs like Atera?
Let's see. No, I do have legs. I have a full body, actually.
Oh,
This
nice.
particular model wasn't drawn by the same artist. It was done up by a friend of mine from uni instead.
Oh.
Because, yeah, this is a full body model. There are legs. The design is...
So you're not like Atera, legless.
The design is fairly insane on this one. Because, yeah, mismatched legs, absolute hell for the artist to actually have drawn up. I think one of the first things he told me was like, oh, yeah, Ika, your design, it's so asymmetrical, this is going to be absolutely murderous for me.
My alternative outfit, which I still haven't tried to attempt to do myself and was thinking about just commissioning, it's also asymmetrical.
Yes, yeah, asymmetry apparently makes it a lot harder on the rigging as well. You're functionally doing double the work in comparison. But yeah. Oh god, people of course noticed the thigh squish. Yeah.
Bubs, calm down. How much you love thighs?
The thigh squish, the moment the artist drew it, he was like, hey Ika, look at this. He was on stream at the time, he just zoomed straight in on it, then just shaded it in. He was like, look at this. And
yes,
then,
I saw it, Bubs. I was looking. I'm right here.
And yeah, also the same deal when it came to the armpit as well. That was just buddy. I see.
So no one in here has been talking about the armpit. Luckily.
Yeah, luckily. It was one of those design features that I did leave specifically up to the designer, so yes.
Okay. I've been... Do you know who Little S is? You know who Little S is, right?
The snake, right?
The snake?
Yeah.
He gifted a tier 3 sub to get me to defrost Smucker's Uncrustable in my armpit.
Damn. I think I heard the results of it. I didn't necessarily know why the hell you were defrosting one at the time, though.
Yeah, that was prompted by him. And I was just like, you know what? Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Crustable.
He's done that twice now.
Oh, God.
Last time was with my ass.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait. If you defrost it with either of those ways, can you eat it right away, or should you actually, properly defrost the damn thing?
No, you can eat it.
Okay.
Most of the time, I only let it like slightly defrost, so the peanut butter's kind of like still hard and crispy.
Oh, okay.
I actually like them cold, so.
Alright, fair enough. Yeah. Alright, in which case, leading on from, say, debut, moving on to, say, consistency then. How would you say you should maintain consistency as a streamer?
Just give yourself a regular schedule to stream. Just have days that you're pretty much always on. I've changed my schedule slightly here and there, but I've finally fallen into a solid schedule that's probably not going to change for anything. Unless something big happens. So that way people know usually when I'm going to be on.
Alright. Fair enough. Because, yeah, some people are very, very sporadic about their scheduling. Like,
Yeah.
For myself, even, let's see, I have it placed so that on random days I will schedule at a very specific time. So 50-50 shot if you tune in on that night, yeah, you'll run into me streaming something or another. If not, I'll post out a schedule at the start of a week and say, hey, I'll be interviewing this person this week, I'll be doing this week, and such and so forth. But yeah, consistency is definitely key.
Yeah, it is. It's like you said, you need to be regularly involved in your viewers' lives, kind of, in a sense. You need to be something that's a constant in their life.
Okay. Let's see, I really am just going through quite a lot of curveballs, because you've actually answered most of the seeded questions very, very fast, actually, and very, very efficiently. Which, yeah, that's pretty damn good, because it does mean I can stack on a bunch of these random questions anyhow.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see, so this next one I normally ask for more popular content creators. Normally people that have made it big or are on the way up, so to speak. Let's see, what are your thoughts on clout chasing? So, yeah.
You shouldn't try to force it.
Okay.
You shouldn't force clout. Shouldn't be like trying to meet someone who's bigger just because they're bigger, you know? In a sense, if you're like trying to be like, yeah, I want to talk to this person so that way I can leech a little bit off of their fan base. It's just like we're talking about Heavenly.
Okay.
If he was like a nobody, but he's still as funny as cool as he is, I'd still want to do something with him. And it's like some of my friends who are streamers and that I've made friends with, it's just because they've been really awesome and cool and funny, and some of them are actually my moderators. And they're great people to be around, and it's like anytime they say, hey, you want to do something sometime on stream, I'm like, hell yeah, sure, let's go.
Alright.
And like if Heavenly was an asshole but famous, I probably would be like, maybe I'd do it, maybe for the exposure, but at the same time I wouldn't really be that into it, and I'd probably end up not doing it.
Fair enough. Because, yeah, the approach I'd say for clout chasing is, if you do chase clout, if you go after whatever person which is, let's say, big or prominent in the community and try to leech off of them, what happens when they disappear? What happens to you?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's kind of that case of, yeah, there's just nothing left. Oh, there goes Bobs.
Yeah. Oh, bye, Bobs.
Because, yeah, for myself, I used to be a radio host. The average viewership was ridiculously high, or listenership rather. And from there, it just became a case of, yeah, I'm functionally nothing without the company, so, that's how it's gonna be.
Understandable, yeah. It's like me previously. During the height of my own personal streams, it was like an average of 12 to 1,500 people watching.
Ooh, damn.
So And the largest show I had been on was about like 5,000 people.
Nice.
Yeah. It was still funny. Like my first time actually getting on streaming on Twitch as a VTuber was like, oh, I was nervous a bit. I'm like, why the fuck am I nervous about this? I've been naked in front of thousands of people.
Fair. I don't know, for myself, when it came to VTubing, it was a case of, let's see, because my peak listenership was something like 50k plus, and yeah, once you've heard that, so to speak, you just kind of freeze up. It's like, oh, there were 50,000 people listening in. Wow, shit. There are some cases in the VTuber community where I've come to interview someone and I'm freaking out like hell before the interview for whatever reason. Like, I don't even know why. It's like, this is much smaller than anything I've ever done. This isn't something that I should be worried about, right? Right? It's not like there are 50,000 bastards driving home in the afternoon listening in on this. This should be fine.
Yeah.
And then...
Should be okay, but for some reason it's still nervousness.
Oh wow, I'm not sure if it's my net freaking out or your net freaking out, because I think my net's freaking out at the same time.
Listen, my net's bad. I might randomly turn into a mist of pixels at any time.
Fair enough. I mean, my net is kinda just as terrible, because for myself, I'm on the border of the Australian countryside, pretty much. Right on the border of country and civilization. Therefore, the kind of connection you can get out here is kind of trash, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's understandable. It just sucks. My particular address just doesn't get anything good. There's gigabit fiber internet, not even 2 miles away from me. I'm just like,
yeah. Roughly the same in my case. There's fiber, or there's proper fiber connections not that far away, like literally just across a river, and that's it. Just right there. And unfortunately, don't have access to that.
I very seriously considered in my mind, like, damn, I almost want to move or just get an apartment where there's better internet.
Do you find that it inconveniences you that often, or is it just something you can just live with?
Currently just having to live with it, but it does get inconveniencing, like one of my last streams where it completely just died out and ended my stream.
Fair enough.
And it was just kind of like, well, that's it for tonight. Only a 4-hour stream.
I think you continued off on Discord later on, I think it was.
Yeah, I sat in Discord once the internet came back up.
Alright.
So we just had everybody hanging out and chilling.
Alright, so this is a very rare question actually, because like I said, normally it takes much longer for people to get through the seeded questions, so I don't usually get very far down this curveball list. But this one I normally throw to people which have a more active community, so to speak. Do you find that community events and building a community outside of your streams is important as well? Like, do you actively go out of your way to do it, or?
Yeah, I actually try to whenever I can. At the very least, I like to sit in my Discord and just do stuff. And get a chance to interact with some of the people who do watch me and do stuff around. So, like, sometimes I'll even be working on stream stuff or, like, updating models and working on them publicly in the Discord.
Alright, fair enough.
Then I'll, like, ask people for feedback on stuff. It's, one of my last streams, last time I streamed Hunt was going to the community event. It wasn't even being organized by me. It was organized by one of my moderators. He's like, I'm going to be home for a few days, and I want to get shit-faced and play with everyone. I was just like, yeah, sure, I'll join in on that. I turned it into a stream, so.
Because, yeah, that one was the community quick plays one, was it?
Yeah. 'Cause the first time we did that was for the whole 6-month celebration thing. We all had an absolute blast, and I was like, this would be kind of fun to stream. It was like a community night, so there was my excuse to do it.
And somehow it manages to work because the South American server exists.
Yeah. Will they ever give us custom games? Probably not.
I really doubt it. It's within game design terms, it's that sense of you don't want to split your player base.
Yeah, that and the game barely functions as it is.
Yeah, so the Crytek engine is infamously known for not being very good for multiplayer, is the thing.
Yeah.
The netcode is known to be trash and very easily exploitable on client side.
Yeah.
So if people look at the Crytek engine and are just like, oh wow, this looks amazing graphically. This has all the features. This has all the features we need. What if we wanted to turn things multiplayer, or what if we wanted to do an MMO? Buddy, that's the wrong engine to pick.
Yeah. It's sad. That's why when people are like, ooh, they should add this feature or that feature, I'm like, I'm pretty sure if they do, they're gonna break 5 other things.
Yeah. Like the Crytek engine, it's good, but it's a product from another time, is the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. As a game
It's
dev...
been a meme since Crisis.
Yeah. As a game dev myself, Crytek engine is one of the ones we don't actually want to license. Like, we looked at it, we were just like, yeah, this has like half the features we need. And, you know, it's a bit more tailor-made than, say, Unity or Unreal, but then it's like, yeah, no. Not a great idea if we ever want to expand on multiplayer.
But it looks pretty.
It looks pretty, but you can actually make Unity and Unreal look nearly as pretty these days, if not prettier.
Yeah, Unreal Engine's always been really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
a while, that's all Epic was really known for, was selling their engine.
Yeah. Because working in Unreal was surprisingly a pleasant experience. Just, everything is very easily accessible. If you're not a programmer, then you can still have an impact on the programming. It's like, oh, alright, everyone in the team can actually do something in this engine compared to some of the other stuff.
Nice. Yeah, I can imagine CryEngine's a nightmare.
Yeah, like, there is like a trial of it that you can at least give it a shot, evaluate it. When we did try any aspect of it, we were like, okay, this looks pretty, does it work? No? Oh, I see. Oh, the physics are dead. Oh no, everything's broken.
I don't remember why I have it, but I have a Crytek dev account for some reason.
Eh.
It was for something or some other game. I can't remember what it was for.
Because, game engine-wise, normally you just want something... The ideal is you want something in-house that everyone is able to pick up and play, essentially.
Yeah.
So, for instance, say, Respawn's engine, it's pretty much a heavily modded version of the Source engine. The base is Source, everything else that they've shoved on top is their own design. So it has some of the flaws of the Source engine, but it has all the extra patches they've made to it over time, and improvements and whatnot.
Yeah. So that way if someone's familiar with Source, they can actually kind of be somewhat familiar with their engine.
Yeah. Like, it's just that accessibility, so to speak, within staff and game design, and that helps out a lot. When it comes to Hunt and the fact they're running on the CryEngine, I think that was one of the biggest mistakes they could have made, but at the same time, the game looks really pretty, you know?
It does. But it's not running well.
Yeah, it just...
runs about as good as it can, honestly.
Yeah. Like, I've functionally run the game on low graphics when I do stream it. It's just a case of, I mean, I could choose between getting 60 frames on stream, or I could choose to get like 40 frames every time I shoot a shotgun. Probably don't want to go with the 40 frames option.
That's a funny thing with everyone who's trying to get into streaming Hunt now, and I'm just kind of like, well, do you have the hardware for that? So you're gonna need it.
Man, one of the unfortunate parts of hardware when streaming is, yeah, you do need a beast PC these days. At least for if you want to keep up with like newer releases and whatever trending games at the time. For instance, if you wanted to try do New World, for example, New World fries 3080s as it is, so yeah.
Yeah, I heard. So I'm not touching it because I recently upgraded to a 3080 Ti, and I'm just like, yeah, it's not even my type of game. I'm gonna stay away from it.
Because, yeah, it's the question to be asked. Do you think as a streamer that you need to keep up with trends? Or keep up with trending games? Or can you find your own niche?
I think I kind of found my own niche. I don't try to keep up with anything that's trending. If there's something new that's coming out that I want to play, I'll play it. But it's only if I want to play it. Like, I played Fireteam Elite right around when it came out, and Deathloop. I tried them out. I'm like, do I want to stream these games? Do I want to make this a regular thing? Both of them, that was a no.
Okay.
Were they bad? Not really, but they just didn't have that same appeal to me.
Alright, let's say then. Kind of figured this one. Let's say if, say, Dirty Bomb got a sequel, would you immediately start streaming that then?
Probably yes. Yeah, that would be easily an immediate. Anything that's even like remotely similar to that. I think that game was just mostly how the movement is based and the aesthetics of it is what I really like.
Yeah, because those were two things that were heavily promoted in the trailers, I believe. Just the kind of movement that was involved.
Yeah, that's what makes it fun for me. And I've been getting my Discord hooked on Dirty Bomb now.
It is a very old game.
So
it is one that I did not expect to ever come up ever again, because I recall it dying almost as fast as it came out for whatever reason.
It's kind of stuck itself around for 2 or 3 years after it started losing its player base. It's down to an average of like 200 people, 150 people a day. So it's not entirely dead. You just don't have a, lot of servers to choose from or a different player base to play against.
Fair enough. I wonder how much your audience ends up boosting the numbers then.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna mess around with it. I might actually end up streaming it a bit. Maybe do like a night of it.
Fair enough. It is still nonetheless a rather dynamic title, so yeah, more or less worth a shot.
Yeah, I figured why not. The game itself won't bring in viewers or traction. Then again, there might be people being like, Dirty Bomb, why do I know that? Just come out of curiosity.
Because yeah, it is one of those games which it did make the rounds in terms of advertising and just promotion. It's just that after its initial release and first wave and whatnot, I think people just straight up stopped talking about it. Because I think that may have actually been around that time where Battle Royales started catching on.
It was, actually. It really was, and Dirty Bomb was making a lot of bad game design choices that were driving away a lot of core community at the time, which they ended up addressing, fixing, reverting, and taking care of, but by then it was already too late. People moved on to other games like Apex, Fortnite, stuff like that.
Let's see, would you have ever seen yourself playing any of those more traditional battle royales? So, PUBG, Fortnite, Apex, any of those three?
Actually did play Fortnite for a little bit. I've gone through a couple of season passes on Fortnite.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah. Eventually I just stopped playing because building got a little bit too ridiculous. Fortnite PvE is actually kind of fun until you get into the later levels of it, then it's super bullet spongy and just becomes tedious.
Oh, that's rather surprising, because Fortnite was initially, yeah, they did build it as a PvE game. So
yeah, it's like a PvE tower defense-esque kind of deal, and it's fun. It's fun. It seems like they ran out of ideas for later levels, though. They're just like, just make the enemies tankier, which just becomes boring, unfortunately.
It falls into that level of artificial difficulty instead. Raising numbers is not particularly fun for raising difficulty.
No, it's not.
Like, there's the argument of consistency and mistake allowance, but then you realize, it's not fun to be able to be punished for making one mistake and instantly killed off.
Yeah.
Normally, the fun in making mistakes is the fact that you then have to backpedal and fix your mistake. That way, that enriches the gameplay rather than harming it, so to speak.
Yeah, it really does. I played a little bit of PUBG. I did not like how buggy and how PUBG controlled.
Yeah,
I guess that's because, it's based off of Arma.
Yeah, the movement's a bit stiff. It is somewhat based off of Arma, DayZ, kinda, yeah. And that comes with the sense of, oh, why are there so many buttons for all these kinds of weird things? Arma exasperates the problem by having a million other functions, but DayZ really didn't... Let's see. PUBG didn't really streamline it all too much.
No, they didn't. I think who's streamlined PUBG's formula really well is Warzone, but I'm not too crazy on Warzone either. Especially because it takes 200 gigs just to have on your hard drive, which is ridiculous.
I tried installing it one time. I was like, I'm not a fan of the Blizzard launcher to begin with. My Aussie internet's going to take me like an entire week to download this thing. Do I even bother?
Yeah, it was... I'd say no. For me, the best Battle Royale experience has been Apex.
Really?
Yeah, I've got roughly 400 hours in Apex.
Fair enough. And if I looked at my own Apex hours, oh boy. But yeah, that's... For whatever reason, Apex is very, very popular among VTubers.
I think it's just the style of it and characters and everything. It's very colorful, and it's the closest thing to an anime battle royale you're going to get, I guess. So maybe that's why, and it's also something VTubers like Amelia Watson have played on a regular basis on their stream. You're seeing a lot of VTubers in Dead by Daylight, and that's probably because Gura plays Dead by Daylight. That would be my guess.
I didn't actually know that particular fact, huh? Because, yeah, Dead by Daylight, I'd see every now and then there would be people which did enjoy playing it, and yeah, I'd tune in, it's like, yeah, it's like you're doing a slasher film, essentially, and that's about it for Dead by Daylight. And you have all these random horror game stuff being melded in as DLC or just events. And it's like, oh, cool, celebration of horror. Sweet. Yeah. I had no idea why it got particularly popular.
Me neither. A friend of mine bought it for our friend group, and didn't really get into it because I don't like playing as Survivor. Playing as a killer is kind of fun to me, but still not like the most fun thing ever.
Fair enough.
So that's an occasional stream kind of thing. If I like go, yeah, let's get drunk and play Dead by Daylight and try to murder people.
Okay, as for among the... Oh Christ, why do I remember that? Of the dumber games that have come out this year, or of the more easily popular ones, did you ever jump on the Among Us craze?
No, I never did. I have it now on PC. Because part of the VTuber group I was with for a little bit, one of them was having a birthday party stream, and they wanted me in for Among Us, so I was like, yeah, sure. It's $6, I'll grab it, whatever.
Yeah. Cheap, accessible game. If you wanted, you could even just play it on phone for free.
Which I have played it on phone before around the time of its first initial craze. It's like, fine, I'll check it out. And I loaded it up on my phone, and I was just like... So that was a thing. Played 2 rounds of it, never touched it again. Another one was Fall Guys. Which I own Fall Guys.
Fall Guys...
I got it with my friends, we played it for a night, and then nothing.
Because Fall Guys is kind of like... What is it, Takeshi's Castle or Wipeout, essentially?
Yeah.
Either of those, really. And yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It is comedy for a while, and then when you realize that some things, or some parts of it, are fundamentally broken, it falls off. Because that kind of stuff is enjoyable to watch, is the way I'll put it. It's very viewer-friendly. It's just, when playing it, takes a certain kind of person to enjoy it, I'd say. Or consistently enjoy it.
Another VTuber game that's really popular, Genshin.
Oh.
Never played it.
Let's see. I have particularly strong thoughts about Genshin, just being from a game design perspective. Anything it does to be a game is really good. Exceptional, even. It does Breath of the Wild, but better, for the most part. It takes all the problems Breath of the Wild had, and rather than exasperating them, more or less goes along the lines of fixing them and addressing them properly. The issue comes in with the gacha elements. Anything that is a product of the gacha is a problem in Genshin. So, you go around, you do these quests for characters and side stories for characters, you get to try them out, but it's a lie. After that, you don't have the character. You have to roll for the character.
Yeah.
They don't become a part of your story in reality.
Yeah.
And that whole rolling system, it's extraordinarily predatory. They monetize the gacha in about 5 or 6 different ways, compared to most gacha systems maybe doing it 2 or 3 ways. 2 or 3 is within the level of acceptable, more or less. 5 or 6, you're just plain turning people into your wallets.
Yeah, they're definitely chasing those whales and trying to get people like, hey, just go ahead, roll for it, you might get it. No, why don't you try again?
Yeah, the fundamental design of the game is still good. It's just the gacha elements are embarrassing, is the thing.
Yeah, which sucks.
Because
If it wasn't for that, I probably would actually pull it up, check it out, and maybe play it.
yeah, it has hours and hours of gameplay on its own just for the exploration, but when you run out of that exploration gameplay, when you're forced into the greedy gacha elements of it, it just dies off really hard. It just feels really bad at that point. Because you log in, you do your dailies, you fuck off. That's about it.
True. I'd say the only mobile game I actually played a lot of and dumped real life money into is Brawl Stars, which has its own gacha elements of trying to get characters, but it's not that bad actually.
Fair enough, fair enough.
I have most of them and I've spent maybe like $30 on the game.
Alright, but
It also comes back around to just competitive games. I don't know. I like competitive stuff.
Speaking of which then, what is your approach for collabs with other streamers or VTubers?
Yeah, I don't know. Most of the time, a lot of them at this point, they see me on Hunt and they just want to like, oh yeah, can I play Hunt with you? Can we do a Hunt collab? And typically, when I like to run collabs, it's either I stream or the other person streams. Never both at the same time. I will sometimes do it like that. I'm not crazy about it, just because it becomes us not really interacting with each other, just interacting with our own chats.
Fair enough, fair enough.
It's like minimal reaction. I like being able to interact with the person I'm collabing with and have them also interact with my chat, or me be able to interact with their chat as well.
Fair enough. Because, yeah, one of the things that surprised me was, I was like, let's see, how the hell do I reach out to Kana for an interview? Twitter? Nope. Discord? Maybe, but that probably seems weird as hell. You know what? Twitch has a whisper system. Let's just drop something there and see what the hell happens. Why not? Why not?
You could have just done it on Twitter.
God damn it.
I'm on there daily.
Because
just posting memes.
Fair enough. But yeah, reaching out to other people myself, it's just a case of at the start of a month, I'll look at an interviewee list, I'll be like, alright, which one of these actually catches my eye, and which of these people are likely to accept? And then after that, I just send out a bunch of DMs. It's just like, alright, who wants in? I think the most surprising one for me was probably Remy, when that fella got back to me, because I was like, dude, I'm literally a speck on the internet. What the hell, man? Why do you even bother responding? But nah, that interview was fun, but that one went for like 6 hours. God. That went for 6 hours.
6-hour interview.
Yeah, and
fucking wild.
Yeah, most of it was spent drunk as well, but yeah, went through majority of the guy's content creation history.
Nice. Sounds like a good time, honestly.
Yep, pretty much. Because part of the interview was figuring, oh yeah, had a mutual friend in real life as well. It was just like, oh, so he's done that kind of shit for you. Got it. I'll pester that guy later about it. Let's see. Is there anyone that you particularly regularly collab with? In which case?
For a while I used to have a Mona Office Demon just on my streams all the time, playing Hunt with me. She was on there quite a bit. Just because we're friends and just have her jump on. I'm trying to think of anyone else who's just usually a regular. I get Alien Lotus with me a lot because we're pretty close friends. But lately, no, there hasn't been like anyone who's been super regular. I'll normally pull in a couple of my Hunt buddies in and play with them when I'm doing Hunt. Otherwise, it's me playing single player games.
Because
Playing on my own.
Yeah, when it comes to Hunt, normally if I'm not seeing you solo, I'm seeing you with either one of your mods or just a random other fella joining in, I suppose.
Yeah. I have two people that, one of them, Two Piece, is regularly on with me. We met in Hunt before I started streaming.
Oh shit, alright.
Yeah. So, we played together a bunch before. And he was always fun to play with, and there's something nice about playing with him is that he's not, like, he's kind of quiet. So it's almost like I'm on my own, but I still have a friend with me. So I still get to do all my stream stuff without feeling like I have to interact with another VTuber or streamer, have their streaming kind of ego out there and having to compete with that.
Fair enough. Someone, I guess, quiet to watch your back, I suppose.
Yeah, basically. Just someone to communicate with and maybe bounce a couple of jokes off of here and there.
Fair enough. Right, then there was the soup day. Good lord. Soup day.
Yeah. That was a good day.
Man, I stuck around
Soup
for
is
a
very
majority
good.
of it, and man, when everyone in the chat is just soup, and then everyone on screen is soup as well, the only thing you hear for the whole day is soup.
Yeah, it is.
And then you get cravings to have soup.
I don't think I've had soup since then.
Huh.
I guess ramen. Had ramen.
Let's see. Might as well throw the question in. Recommend a soup. Any soup at all.
Fuck. You know what's a go-to? I don't know if they have it there. It's Lipton brand extra noodle chicken noodle soup. It's just in a box and you just throw it into water.
Okay. Wait, Lipton
that
makes
actually
soups?
really good. Lipton makes soups. They don't just make teas. They make
no
soups.
Idea.
Yeah, it's like a little box of soup broth mix and noodles. You just throw in and heat up, and it's actually quite nice if you just cook some chicken with it too. Throw that in. Really good soup, honestly. Not sure what they put in it. It's probably all the salt.
Just soup and more soup, huh?
Yes, soup. All the soup.
Oh no, my go-to is just the usual, I think, it's like chicken mushroom soup, I guess, along those lines. So toss in a couple of croutons, salt, pepper, more or less works fine.
Yeah. It's like really you just need chicken broth and noodles and some meat and bam, it's soup.
Yep, soup.
It's really hard to mess up soup or make soup bad.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, if I were to even recommend an alcoholic drink that is actually just soup, there's a decent few actually. The more common one people do know is the Bloody Mary. That one's just normally served cold though. That is more or less a tomato soup, but tomato soup but very boozy.
Right, that is.
Yeah. Because it's tomato juice, Worcestershire sauce, Tabasco, a stick of celery, and some vodka.
That is basically just a soup.
It is basically just a soup. But then the one that is...
Look how that would go with grilled cheese.
Let's see, Bloody Mary is normally more of a refreshing one, so I'd probably pass on it with a grilled cheese, but...
Yeah, because that's always been the thing for people is like tomato soup and grilled cheese for some reason. Not sure why.
The particular one that's a bit out there though is what's called the bull shot. This one is a beef stock cube. You mash it down, cover it in vodka, you boil off the lot, and you serve it as a soup.
Huh.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
Full-on savory cocktail, pretty much. You can make it a bit fancier, add a bit of cream or add a bit of this and that, give it more flavor, but yeah. The base of it is very simple. Stock cube, vodka, heat it up.
I just want to make alcoholic soup.
That is pretty
just
much
play
your
around with
alcoholic
the
soup.
idea.
Well, that's a good starting point for alcoholic soup, just because it is essentially just beef stock in vodka.
Yeah. Maybe add some actual ingredients into it.
Yeah, you can go pretty wild with it.
Eat it like soup. Get drunk while eating soup.
There are a decent few out there for hot or warm cocktails. Let's see, most of them revolve around vodka though, from memory.
Probably because vodka just mixes in so well with everything.
Yeah. Let's see, there are some people which make a whiskey chicken soup apparently, just from an initial search. Sounds like it'd be interesting. Seems like they add more spices to it, so there's like ginger added as well.
That does sound like it would be good.
I don't know, whiskey tends to be my go-to spirit if I'm having only a spirit. If not, I'll probably take gin. Gin is just the thing I have on almost all times. It's just nice
I don't have any whiskey in my house. I didn't think about it. I want to get some whiskey now. Fuck.
Are you particular to any kind of whiskey?
I actually really like Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey.
Jack Daniel's, huh? Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, the honey is just really smooth.
Because at this point, my usual go-to for whiskey is what's called Maker's Mark.
Oh, yeah, I know Maker's Mark.
Just on the mid-shelf side of things, I suppose. Nothing too fancy, but a little better than your bottom of the shelf, at least.
Oh yeah, as long as it's better than bottom of the shelf. You ever drink bottom of the shelf vodka?
Yeah, quite a few times, yeah.
Yeah.
But bottom shelf vodka
The only way
is
I've ever been able to describe it
really
is hand
depressing.
sanitizer.
Yeah, it's nail polish.
Yeah.
Let's see, like one particular vodka that you see around very often, but I do consider absolute bottom of shelf is Smirnoff's. And
I used to think Smirnoff was decent. Then I had good vodka, and then I was like, wow, this tastes like shit.
Yeah, like, I initially had Smirnoff's, I was like, oh god, this is terrible, it's like nail polish. Then I went ahead and had, let's see, I think it was Russian Standard or Bedevirs, one of the two. I was like, wow, vodka can actually be decently smooth and not, you know, murder your entire immune system.
Yeah, I used to drink Smirnoff straight out of the bottle.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah.
Yep, just squat in the corner of a doorway, wear your Adidas, drink some Smirnoff.
Exactly, just like that.
Yes, play up the whole Gopnik, I suppose. Because yeah, I think the first stream of yours I tuned in on, it was with that alternate outfit of just tracksuit, kinda. And I was like, oh.
I made that outfit just for the karaoke stream and the partner celebration. That's the only time I was going to use it. Everybody likes it so much, I bring it out every now and again.
Because when I saw it, I was like, oh wow, okay. Wait, we have a Oni Gopnik. Got it.
I really love all the jokes behind that and stuff and the memes. They're always fun. I do have like real life Adidas full tracksuit.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would do it. Let's see. Oh jeez, one fella's traditional meatballs is whiskey in it. I can say that. I mean, I normally splash at least some red wine into meatballs, but hey.
Yeah, I can see that, honestly.
Because, yeah, when you get into cooking with alcohol as well, there are some general guides to it. If you're if you're making any kind of Italian bolognese dish, normally you are going to want to have either red or white wine in there. Red wine if you just want the depth of flavor, white wine if you kind of want the extra acidity to it as well.
Interesting.
Because yeah, both of those hook off pretty nicely. Generally speaking, you won't have to incorporate too much extra work to add those in. It's just that if you get into anything heavier, you need higher grade beef. Well, I think, wait, no, not higher grade beef, you need lower grade beef, and you actually need to cook it for a longer period of time. You need something with more fat content instead of fat content removed. You would be going for something a lot less lean, that way it can retain its flavor.
Okay.
Because yeah, there's
Makes sense.
odd considerations to make when cooking. But yeah, speaking of that kind of tangent, let's move straight into food then. Final question,
Okay.
I suppose. Final question.
Alright.
Recommend some food. Any food at all.
Trying to think. What can I recommend that isn't too normal? Let's see. You know what I found out just through an anime called Tonkatsu DJ is like just tonkatsu.
Tonkatsu?
I learned how to make that
from Alright.
Watching that. It's really, really good. It's easy to make.
You are actually the second person to recommend tonkatsu here. Oh. Damn.
Also empanadas. Empanadas are amazing.
Okay.
My grandparents are Puerto Rican. So my grandmother used to make them for me and my brother all the time. And I learned how to make them. I haven't had them in forever.
Fair enough.
Basically just pastry cell filled with seasoned ground beef and then deep fried.
Oh wow, that actually does sound really good.
It's so good. They can be kind of a pain to make, especially the first time making them yourself. You're probably gonna mess up pinching the pastry, and then it's gonna explode in the fryer.
Oh yeah.
And just open up and be like this greasy mess on the inside.
Yeah.
I've recently been doing a lot of Japanese curry too.
Oh yeah, Japanese curry's nice. Like, I don't know, Japanese curry I rate maybe second to just Indian curry, I think. But
I've never had just Indian curry.
Yeah, Indian curry is just nice. Like, it has all the flavors you need, and you can just have it with naan bread or whatever, and that works perfectly fine. Japanese curry, I feel, works really nice with rice. It's more so what you're gonna go with anyhow. Unfortunately for myself, the one I have the most commonly is Vietnamese curry, and that is... it's an acquired taste, is how I'll put it.
I'd say I kind of screw with my curry a little bit when I make it.
Oh yeah?
Because I found that just the roux itself doesn't provide enough flavor to my taste.
Fair enough.
So I end up adding this particular seasoning called adobo.
Oh.
Which is like garlic and a bunch of other stuff mixed together, like cumin and stuff. So I add a bunch of that in, and a little bit more like salt and kind of onion and garlic powder into it to kind of amplify some of the flavors. Especially when like cooking the meat, I just fully season the meat. Even throw some Worcestershire sauce into the meat while I'm cooking it.
I think maybe one of the more contentious things I do in cooking is, let's say, I don't actually use Worcestershire sauce that often. In fact, I actually use a substitute, and the substitute is normally what makes people want to kill me, at the very least. The substitute is soy sauce, actually. Soy sauce works as a perfect substitute for Worcestershire sauce.
I can see that.
Yeah, in all aspects of it, it works almost perfectly. So if you are in if you're in an Asian kitchen, and you are making a recipe that calls for Worcestershire sauce, but you don't have anything on you, you grab the soy sauce. It works perfectly fine.
Yeah, I can see that, because the flavors aren't too far apart from each other.
People just see it as straight up heresy, though, and I just laugh at that fact, because I'm like, mate, you were enjoying my lasagna, like, what, 2 minutes ago? What do you think the bolognese was made with, buddy?
Throw it up. Give me my lasagna back. Get out.
One fellow in chat, apple pie with cheese.
Huh.
Hmm.
Depending on the cheese, that could be good.
Could be.
There are sweeter tasting cheeses.
Yeah. Depending on the cut you're using, then yeah.
Yeah. Unless you are just going for like a savory cheese and doing like a sweet and savory kind of deal with the apple pie.
Let's see, another hydrate and stretch.
Well, I finished off all my hydrate.
More or less same, yeah. Alright. And more or less on that note, I guess we're done for tonight, more or less, yeah? After all, you did have that collab earlier, so best get you some rest, I suppose.
Yeah, true. I'm not gonna depress you. I'm gonna go work on more things.
God damn it.
I'm gonna take a short break and then get right back to it.
Hey, make sure you get a decent amount of sleep at least. 5 hours, it's okay, but...
I'll try to, and at least I'm not running my own stream tomorrow, but I am going to be getting absolutely shit-faced.
Okay, I'll leave it off on this then, I guess. There's certain ways of getting drunk faster, not necessarily getting drunk slower. Let's see, getting drunk faster. 1. Have an empty stomach that's worth about 2 standard drinks as it is. 2. Be sleep deprived, that's worth another standard drink. And 3. Be absolutely exhausted, that's worth almost 3 extra standard drinks.
Oh, I can do all 3.
If you do all 3, you are starting at a baseline of almost 4 standard drinks. So that first standard drink you have will likely kill you if you are someone that is very, very lightweight.
Yeah, that's probably why I'm a lightweight in the first place, because I'm always sleep deprived. Exhausted.
Fair enough. But yeah, the recommendation is also, if you're doing sleep, try get it in like 90-minute cycles apparently. Something, REM sleep, whatever. So if ever possible, bump that 5 hours up to 6 hours maybe.
Yeah, I try to. I'm always happy when I can get 7 hours.
Fair enough.
I think I got 6 hours last night, which is the most I've gotten in like the last 2 weeks.
Alright, anyhow, let's see if I can't find someone to raid right now. Oh god, why are there like 20 people streaming tonight? Alright, let's see. You know what? Haven't had a chance to raid a Terra. Let's shoot them over to a Terra. Why not?
Yeah, let's go.
Because yeah, normally a Terra streams mornings, my time, and I am streaming the complete opposite as well, pretty much. Anyhow.
Don't tell me you go sleep, did you? You go sleep. I don't sleep. I like how someone decided that was part of my lore is I don't sleep.
Alright then. I'll send these guys off in just a bit. Thanks everyone for tuning in. And thanks Kana for the interview.
No problem, I had fun. It's nice. Hey, you get to jump into an Terra stream.
Alright, I'll transition to the soon ending screen then.